Can the Browns win again? Well, it's the coach. This is the 2018 season, and you've got it tuned to EA Sports. Coming up, it hasn't been said since December 13th, 2016. But the Browns are on a one-game winning streak. They'll try for two right here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the New Orleans Saints. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the former Purdue Boilermaker. It's Drew Brees.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Throwing on first down is Brees. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The stop was made by Jannard Avery. And a look now at the offense for New Orleans.
And running back Mark Ingram is coming into his own as a runner in the NFL. Over 1,000 yards each the last 2 seasons. And now he's teaming with Alvin Kamara in a backfield where both of them can run the football effectively and both of them can catch it out of the backfield as well.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Back deep, a Louisiana native, Jarvis Landry. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And now running right through it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They're brought out by the #1 overall pick in this year's draft, the Heisman Trophy winner from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
From walking on at 2 different programs in the Big 12 to a Heisman Trophy winner, Maxwell Award winner, Walter Camp winner, and unanimous All-American, not to mention the #1 overall pick in the NFL. The stars have certainly aligned for Baker Mayfield, but now comes the tough part. Can you get an 0-16 team back to respectability and hopefully in the future to playoff success?
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He'll buy some time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Here's Mayfield. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And trying to give a lift to this offense today will be the Duke, the former Cane, Duke Johnson.
Comes from a great tradition of runners at Miami of Florida. He's one of the best ones we've seen in recent years.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up.
Leopard.
A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
What I love about Cameron Jordan's game is that it's so varied. He can play the run so effectively. Also rushes the passer, and at times he'll run with a receiver downfield. You name it, Cam Jordan does it, and he does it with some flair.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Here's a 2nd-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a first-round grade on him. And frankly, I'm surprised he lasted to the 2nd round. They got a steal with this player.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On 4th down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
At linebacker is Joe Schobert, a 4th-round pick from Wisconsin in 2016, who ended up tied for 2nd in the NFL in tackles last season and became an unlikely Pro Bowler for the first time.
Let's break it down.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Thomas the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Here we go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun.
Mayfield on 1st down. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they've got it here with a first down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Mayfield looks to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A second down throw for Mayfield. His throw incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that's incomplete. The defensive rookie of the year, Marshawn Lattimore, there in coverage for New Orleans.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, he shifts past him. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were. Hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Guests are reminded that hostility only serves the flag, and thus only guests hold the flag.
Ready? You waiting?
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Bree's going to try and throw on third down. He dumps it down to Ingram. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This is Ingram on first and 10. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Ready? You waiting?
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. A dump off now to Hill. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run here with Ingram. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, the coach is back. He made it through the first weekend. That's the good news, and he's going to regale you with stats and scores from around the NFL here in the early games in Week 2.
You think he questioned coming back for Week 2 having to work with us?
I think he did. He's just happy that he is far away in Orlando. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Emmanuel Agba in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force them into a field goal attempt.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. His kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
First down, Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Higgins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. First down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. A first down throw for Mayfield. Flushed out right. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here, time ticking away. From the red zone now, Mayfield fighting through pressure. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Here we go now. Green 30.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Flush to his right. Oh, fighting off the defender. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Mayfield now on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
The Browns on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go.
Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Mayfield. Drops it off for Chubb. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be a second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. But pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Chubb. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
All right, here we go.
They run it again with Chubb. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Craig Robertson in on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. Good move by Duke. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Flushed out right. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you get a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Denzel Ward. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays an offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Second down, Mayfield. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They run. Chubb. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And it's a fumble. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
It goes underneath to Ingram. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Landry now on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And the Browns getting set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Shotgun now for Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it. Precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Working out of the gun. Mayfield stepping up. He'll try and run. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. The defensive rookie of the year, Marshawn Lattimore, there in coverage for New Orleans.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a play fake here on first down. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Chubb on the counter. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Jordan coming off a Pro Bowl campaign in 2017. 3rd time he's had that honor.
And he continues to play better and better as his career extends. Think about it this way. 4th in the league last year in sacks with 13. Helped the New Orleans Saints defense improve overall and help lead them to the playoffs. And now he shares Pro Bowl honors with his father, Steve, who was a Pro Bowl tight end in the NFL.
The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Now let's go. 3-19.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. And they'll go on the ground. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Now.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. Sturgis for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Breeze to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bryant. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. 11 more on that one, and another first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. To throw is Breeze. He dumps it down to Ingram. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. And now down to 24 seconds after the spike. The Saints on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Breeze to throw again. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Ready? You waiting?
Now Breeze got to have this one. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Coverage there by Brian Body Calhoun. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly
All right,
right.
here we go.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Cleveland, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for our